So today I was thinking about how difficult it can be to like balance the concept of trusting in the path forward and like knowing that everything's gonna work out, it's all gonna be fine, but also like still being in a place where that's not true necessarily yet. I guess to speak more specifically, like having a lack of money and knowing that you need to make money, but not knowing how, and having deadlines to meet where even if you were just to go get any job you possibly could, that wouldn't solve the issue. And then it's like, well, do you just accept that the deadlines won't be met, but those deadlines are really, really, really important, and also those deadlines feel more purposeful to your path than getting a job and making the money does even by itself. And so you know that there has to be a way, a process, a development that leads you to the success to achieve your goals, but it's not clear, it's not evident, you don't know what that is. And so like trying to navigate that without sitting back and doing nothing, being like, oh, well, it'll all get figured out, and taking no action, but without also like over panicking maybe, and just taking the first opportunities or first little things that come up to try to just get something, and then that ultimately may be setting you back more to begin with. For example, I have been trying to get a job, and the first one that offered me work was a moving company. I went and spent 9 hours helping move a bunch of things and walked away with nothing. And leading up to it, they were like, all right, I'll put you down for Wednesday and Friday. And after I left the job, I received zero communication about any payment or anything about Friday. So now I'm like, well, I basically just spent 9 hours like lifting things for nothing, and the gas that it took to get there, and that actually just ended up being more of a setback than a step forward. So how do I navigate choosing the right opportunities at the right time while also not really having time to wait around for the right things? And like, I don't know the answer to that question. I guess that's what I'm basically saying I've been thinking about. But I have faith still somehow that I will receive the answer to that question. Last night was the first night in a long time where I was so hungry and so tired that as I drove home, I mean, I get pulled over like once a week, if not more. And as I drove home, I was like, man, out of all nights, tonight wouldn't be a terrible night to have to go to jail and sit in a cell and get fed peanut butter and jelly sandwiches and know that like I can't figure anything out while I'm there. So I just have to sit back and accept it. But also, like, obviously I don't want to do that. That ended up transitioning into the first time in a long time being like, wouldn't it be easier to just not be here at all? Not that I want to kill myself, but that I'd be alright with just falling over dead accidentally. To not have to keep convincing myself that there's a reason to keep going. But then I got home and I looked at Nova and I looked at Amber and I ate the last of the peanuts I had left. and like found some. Oh, I had honey, and it was delicious. Like some good raw natural honey, and I was just guzzling that stuff, and I was like, this is so good. It made me feel better by itself. But I journaled and I got some rest, and I woke up this morning just knowing like I gotta keep going, and I'll be glad I did. And you know, tonight I have my first ever acoustic show, fully acoustic, ukulele, guitar, singing, and I at least got to see what happens. It's worth it. It's a new experience, and I might be really tired and really hungry, but this might be the first time I ever do a music performance where I have to kind of tap into my acting ability, because typically music has always been like very real and true and raw for me, and performing music and all that, there's not an element of acting involved. But tonight I'm gonna have to act like I feel good, and act like I have energy, and act like and know what I'm doing. Hello, sir. How you doing? It's all right. No, it's all good. Hello, thanks for coming to say hi. Sweet Pea, you're so cute. We're all friends. See you later.